What's going on, everybody? We are back. This is me, Justin Murray, founder, owner, and operator of Str8 Up Productions, here to help you with all things music. All right, this is it. This is the last episode, part 3 of our equipment purchasing series. All right, we are here talking about how to purchase equipment with a given budget. All right, so episode 1 was $1,500. Last week's was $3,000. Today we culminate the series with a $10,000 budget. All right. Again, I will be going through showing how we get everything with that budget. Through that, of course, I'll be talking through how you can allot that budget to one thing, whether it be sound, whether it be instruments, certain things, drums, all those other things. All right. So if you are ready, let's go. Okay, all right. So, as you can see, I did the same thing I did last week. Went ahead and prepared a list for you and just talked you through what I did and why and some other options that you have, all right? So, as always, I will be using Guitar Center's site. Again, not saying it's the best thing out there, not saying it's the only thing out there. This is just what I'll be using for the purposes of what we are talking about in this series. I'll also be using Amazon. We'll get there in a second, all right? So we want to start with sound. So we have a $10,000 budget, okay? Which means that we can elevate. We did things with no mixer, a kind of lower budget, more affordable mixer. But the budget we have, I strongly recommend, especially in this day and age where we're live streaming services, we're live streaming events, we're doing all these things that require lots of inputs and outputs, live recordings, all different stuff. Let's get ourselves a digital mixer that can handle it, all right? Behringer X32 is what I went with. Super common, all right? This is a used one. You can find used ones for this price, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. Still very popular, still very user-friendly, all right? Some of your other options are like Persona Studio Live stuff. Behringer has the Behringer Wing out now. Allen & Heath has the QU series. Soundcrafts has some digital things out there. Digital just allows you to monitor things differently, and also it helps you mix in real time from a couple different places, right? You got iPad connectivity, tablet and Android iOS connectivity, so you don't have to be at the board manually. You can be walking around the building and establishment, kind of checking things out digitally, okay, remotely. So it's very cool to use digital mixers, all right? You have built-in effects, you have built-in processing, things like that. Some stuff gets to be touchscreen, motorized faders to kind of see where things are at. Really cool stuff happening in the digital mixer world. Cool? So I strongly recommend trying to go digital, all right? You don't have to get the X32. You can get some of the other options I listed here previously to help you get a good product, okay? 32 channels, more than enough space to do what we need to do. All right, you can get more. You can get stage box and do some additional things and make that work, but you should be fine with 32 channels, okay? With that, we have a snake. Why are we using a snake, okay? Me thinking critically, if you have a $10,000 budget, chances are you're in a space that is pretty sizable, right? You're not a compacted, kind of like studio office space or whatever the case may be. You're in a pretty sizable building with some decent square footage, so you're going to need to run cables quite a distance, all right? Now, this is a 50-foot snake. There are larger snakes, there are smaller snakes, or you can get 100-foot, 150, you get 25-foot snakes. This is just what I went with to help, hopefully, you know, show you the importance of what the snake is used for. So let's take a look for those who are unfamiliar with the snake. So a snake is basically just an extension, if you will, to a mixer, right? Inputs, outputs, returns. So what'll happen is these cables here that look like XLR cables will go directly into the mixer, right? This cable runs all the way up to the front of the building where the instruments are, where the microphones kind of are for the microphones that you'll see later. All of that stuff is, you can plug that stuff directly into here and basically run one cable straight to the back. It's black, which makes it easier to hide. You can tape it down or run it. Some people, if you have a longer snake, some people run it either in the through the floor, or they run it up and above the ceiling so you can hide it and it looks presentable, right? So rather than trying to run 50 cables to the back, you can run one thick cable and get all your signals back there and it looks clean, all right? I went with this particular model because of the combo jacks here, all right? What does a combo jack mean? A combo jack means that you can plug either an XLR or a 1/4 inch directly into that input, okay? Otherwise, if you just have a 1/4 inch or just XLR, the things with the little 3 dots on it, you handicapped a little bit, right? You might have to get a DI, you might have to get a transformer or something like that so you can get the signal into the input that you've been allotted. But with these combo jacks, you kind of have the best of both worlds. So that's why I went with that one. This is a 16 channel snake with 4 returns. These are used for like monitors, headphone amps, things like that. Again, not the only option. We can have a 24 channel snake, an 8 channel snake, a 50-foot channel snake. 50 channel snake. All these different options, right? This is just what I went with today, all right? So that's gonna help you with inputs and just keeping things looking presentable, all right? Let's keep it going, all right. So, keyboard, all right? For those who were disgusted by my Casio usage, here we are with a Mod X8, all right? 88 keys. We got stereo out, headphone, MIDI, sustain pedals, pitch bend wheel, mod wheel, layering 8 sounds. It's Yamaha, so you get all your classic motif sounds, all your ES sounds, plus some more synths and some more customization. Lightweight, right? This is way lighter than the Montage, way cheaper. This is brand new, not used, all right? We have the budget to do that for $2,000. All right, so there we are with that. Finally got our bass amp in. All right, let's talk about the Rumble for a second. Rumble's one of my favorite just because it packs a punch. This is just a 100-watt bass amp because in a situation like this where you're probably gonna be in a bigger room, you're working with a digital board, you have all these different outputs going everywhere and everything, you don't need the bass amp to fill the room. This is going to be used basically so the bass player can hear and kind of feel the sound that he's playing, right? This is not to fill up the house or fill up the room or anything like that. Now, you might be asking like, well, how can we make sure we hear him? All that good stuff. Boom. Rumbles are fully loaded from the 40 watt all the way up to the 500, fully loaded, okay? What does that mean? I'll show you an overhead of all these EQs that we have up here, but we have direct out as well, headphones, aux in, all this good stuff. So for the sake of, you know, time and just for the purpose of live environments, the bass player can definitely hear himself now. Then you can just run an XLR from this line out into your snake, which runs to the house, which gets him into the house, into the live stream signal, into the headphones, into the stage, everywhere the bassist needs to be heard, can do that with just one cable. Check that out. On top, we have all kind of EQ options. So Soundman, you don't have to do too much work. You shouldn't have to. Just set the EQ flat on that soundboard and let the bass player EQ his sound from his bass, from the amp. Got a lot of options here. Bass, low mid, high mid, treble. We got some other presets here that do some things. Gain, master volume. We are good to go. Cool? Let's keep it going. Go back to my cart here. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast for you guys. If I am, please slow it down, pause it, rewind it, double tap. Gotta love YouTube. All right. We got a sub. Look at us go. Look at us go. So sub is just gonna help fill up the sound, right? We've been running everything through those mains. Now we have a sub to help keep us going. All right, we can run our bass through there. We can run some of like the keyboard in there just for some of those lower notes, right? Run the kick drum through there, all kind of stuff to just help fill up that sound, pack that punch in that low end and give us a little more oomph to the sound that we're feeling in the room. Cool? Again, Harbinger helping us out. 2,400 watts of sub for $600. I don't see a loser. Yeah, gotta love it. Gotta know how to bundle, gotta know how to shop, gotta know your brands, all right? You're gonna pay more for JBL, you're gonna pay more for Mackie, you're gonna pay more for Turbo Sound, you're gonna pay more for some of these other options, okay? But we want the option that does the job. Cool beans? All right, drum sets, Mapex, all right? There's a lot of, listen, people have their favorite drum brands. I used to, I don't anymore. I respect good quality products, period. I've owned Pearl, I've owned Tama, I own a PDP now. If I'm honest with you guys, I still have a first act kit, the ones they used to sell at Walmart back in the day, that I threw some heads on, and the thing sounds immaculate. If you think I'm lying, go check out White Christmas Revisited by Justin Chops Murray. That is the first act kit, no samples, no drum replacement software. That's the kit, mic'd in the basement. Of course I mixed it, but I don't use samples, I don't use drum replacement software. I work with what I have. You just gotta have some good wood, good sizes, good heads, you're good to go, all right? So we got Mapex Armory, and this, again, this is just my my pick for the video. Yamaha is a thing, Pearl is a thing, Tama is a thing, right? PDP, DW, you got $10,000. Work with what you need to work with to get what you want, right? This is just a shell pack, okay? I don't think I've emphasized this yet in any of the videos. Shell pack means no hardware, no cymbals, just the shell. So in this we will have, I'll make it big, I'll click on it. In this we'll just have the 2 toms, 2 rack toms, right? Have a virgin bass drum, so no hole in the middle. 4 tom snare drum. Cool, 10, 12, 16, 22, and a 14-inch Mapex Tomahawk, which is one of, I will say, one of my favorite snares. You tune it right, excellent pop on that. Gospel, R&B, stuff like that, even jazz, we like a good pop in our snare drum. Cool? Now, the only thing I don't like, and it's only like this because it's a stock head, but the only thing I don't like about these new, buying drums new sometimes, is that you get reso heads on the bass drum like this with no kick hole in them, right? When you get to micing up kits, whether it's in the studio, in a live situation, you want to have something with a porthole in it so you can get inside the bass drum and just pick up some more attack, pick up some more sound of the actual drum. But again, you can get a new reso head, you can cut one in there, or you can just leave it and just have good mic placement and still do what you got to do. Yeah? No one is losing. All right, let's keep it going. Same hardware pack as the other video from the $5,000 series, right? 2 cymbal stands, a hi-hat stand, kick pedal, and the snare stand. Again, Yamaha, you can get some excellent height out of your hardware, right? Sometimes, especially with snare drums, we can't get the snare stand to get up high enough. Not with Yamaha stuff. Tama does a decent job. Gibraltar does a decent job too, all right? PDP, not so much. Some of the other stuff, sound percussion and stuff like that, not so much. You gotta, find the right ones. But Yamaha, you can get some great height versatility with the hardware. Okay. Let's keep it going. Headphone amp. Now, again, with digital mixers, musicians, sound engineers, whatever have you, can connect digitally to the board. So instead of having a sound man trying to, go back and forth and have a workout back there trying to get everybody's mix level, the band can have access to the board and have access to their own mix, all 32 channels, and mix it to their liking. I do believe the only thing you cannot do is EQ and add effects to your own channel and stuff from the phone, but the balance of inputs, they can do it themselves, all right? With these Rolls ones, they're individual, all right? Now, I also added this one, because let's say you have a concert or something, or a guest artist comes in and it's more than what what you guys have, like there's a guitar player coming too, and an organist, and whatever the case may be. Well, they can plug into here, they'll just be sharing the mix sometimes, and remember with the Sterling ones, you got options to have 2 mixes as well on that. So want to hook up, and be prepared for a situation like that, especially in the church setting. That happens all the time. Revivals, friends and family days, extra concerts, all that kind of stuff. You want to be prepared for guest musicians. Okay, got to have a good cymbal pack. Again, extra crash included, so you can get you an extra cymbal stand if you so choose, or get yourself some money back and just sell the cymbal that you don't want. Up to you. Or keep them both and swap out to your liking, whatever you want to do, right? If you don't need to use the whole $10,000 everywhere, definitely, you can swap out, get you some more cymbals, get you some more cymbal stands so you can do what you need to do. One thing I don't have on here is a drum cage, which you also might want to, I'm sorry, not a drum cage, but a drum shield, which you also might want to invest in. Cool? Depending on the room, depending on, how much control you guys want. Okay? I got us 3 AKG wireless mics, all right? You can use this, however many different ways. 2 speakers and a singer, one speaker and 2 singers. You've got 3 rappers or whatever the case may be. It's good to have a couple wireless mics around here. And then we have a total of 6 handheld mics, all right? Wired, dynamic. It's digital reference. It's like their version of an SM58, essentially, right? 3 2-packs for $180. I don't see a loser. Sure don't. Okay. Now, we have not talked about front of house speakers. Guitar Center's getting weird on me again and won't let me add stuff to carts. So I just created some tabs here. So let's take a look. So I have some 15-inch Mackie Thumps going for our mains. All right. Comes with speaker poles. Now, unlike the Harbinger ones, they're not showing us the back here. Okay, these don't have EQs on them, I don't believe. So how the Harbingers have like the bass and treble option, I do believe these just have, input volumes on the channels. So, which is fine. You got an X32, you can EQ the mains, you can do what you need to do, add effects to them, all that kind of stuff. Just make sure that you're not, make sure there's balance, right, between the board and the speaker so you don't blow anything, okay? And we want to eliminate, sometimes we get a hiss too, so we don't want a whole lot of that, okay? All right, let's talk here for a second. Got us 2 of these, right, for our stage monitors again. Harbinger ones that we've been seeing throughout this series, so we got that. We're miking the drum kit this time, all right? Now, these aren't audits, these aren't the Shure ones, these aren't the Sennheiser, creme de la creme mics. These will get you by. Now, I use get you by a lot. I'm not saying that's an excuse, like it's, good enough and, like it's crappy. No, I vouch for digital reference. I use digital reference. If you guys remember the video of me miking up a drum kit, those are digital reference mics, okay? This exact kit. Now, what I do to my kit is I actually invest in some other mics for like my snare drum and stuff like that. I use these on my toms. This is their kick mic. This is my only disappointment with the digital reference drum mic pack. This kick mic is not big enough, it's my professional opinion that it's not big enough to really capture a full sound of the kick, just because that diaphragm is super small. You got a 22-inch bass drum in this small, quote-unquote, kick mic, right? All right. So what I recommend is to put this on the floor tom, actually, all right, and get you, this is just a Gear 1. It came with a stand, so it helps. That's the other cool thing about the digital reference mic pack. These are all clip-ons, so they can clip right onto the drum, so you can save you some money and space on a bunch of mic stands, because these clip directly on. But it comes with a stand, a little bit bigger diaphragm, right? And it came with a cable. How nice. For $90. Don't see a loser, right? So get you some good mic placement on that kick drum. This diaphragm is big enough to get all that low energy that we need for a nice, punchy, full kick drum sound, and you're good to go. All right? Got our 2 overheads for overhead left and right. Get you some good mic positioning there, and you are good to go. All right? Let's cross over to Amazon. Moving right on along. All right? Let's check out our cart. Do it this way. So, Got a 10-pack of XLR cables, right, for your speakers. You need XLRs for the buses, for the headphone amps, right? So we got that. More than enough. We want to have some extras. And we got our handheld mics, right, the digital reference ones, so we'll need XLRs for that. 10-pack of 25-foot mic cables for $90. Look, at Guitar Center, at Sweetwater, whatever, you will spend $90 easily on like 2 or 3 cables. All right, and you're getting 10 of them for $90. Gotta love Amazon. Okay. All right, instrument cables. Got a 6-pack here, the same 6-pack as last time, 10 foot. All right, so that'll be for your keyboard, even the other headphone amp. You can even run this from the return, from the Snake, right? Your audio engineer should know about that. Again, I might do a video on live sound and we can cover that. All right, the keyboard stand. Now, when the Z stands and stuff first came out, it was a big craze, right? People were going, oh, it folds and it does all this stuff. It is a pain to gig with. If you have to travel and stuff, it's a pain to have to like fold that thing up, all 4 limbs, and compact it up and do all that stuff. When you have an X stand with the little trigger, you can just hit that clutch and close it up and be done. But these things are excellent for stationary situations, like a church, like a school, like a live music event. If you have like a little jazz club or something like that, where you can just set it and leave it and not have to move it. It's great. So we got a keyboard stand, keyboard bench, sustain pedal, mic pack again. All right. So that's our odds and ends. I did not get power. But check out the beauty. All right. If we add everything up, which I did, with the cart that I have here at 7,667, plus the speakers, plus the mic, plus the drum mics, all right, plus the monitors and the Amazon cart, we come out at $9,660. Boom, bam, da boom. All right. So hopefully you guys saw. You go to Amazon, type in power strip. Y'all, I love all caps. Sorry. All right, and we have options. Right. This one, that one. The 2-pack of the 8-foot long ones. Right. These guys come with USB plugs now, so those are cool. All that good stuff. Right. So at your disposal, we have more than enough room for you guys to get what you need for your establishment. Cool? All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. I enjoyed teaching it, putting this thing together. I've done this a couple of times for a couple of different churches, and I have experienced people who have trouble kind of knowing how to get which is the right brand to get, what should I do, where should I go to shop, what's the benefits. I've heard negative things about XYZ. It doesn't all have to be, you just have to know how to play the game, right? That's all it is. And we just work with these price points. Sometimes you have more or less, right? Sometimes you can just almost black card it and just go get whatever you want. You might have a $500 budget. You might have a $3,500 budget, right? But hopefully this gives you some guidelines on how to approach and accomplish getting what you need with whatever the budget is, okay? There's a lot of ways to skin this cat. All right, and again, there's a lot of other options, right? I just showed you Guitar Center. There's Sweetwater, there's Sam Ash, there is used places, Facebook Marketplaces, Pop In, Offer Up, Reverb. Reverb is big, right? Your local pawn shops, American Music Supplies, Zioun's, Craft Music, all these different places you can go and do your research. And like I said in I think the last video, Amazon. You can find keyboards, instruments on Amazon. Walmart is selling instruments, basses, keyboards, and I mean, call it the same stuff that we see, montagers and motifs and stuff, Mo XFs, and you can find it, I've seen that stuff on Walmart, right? So don't limit yourself just to what I've shown you here. This is just an example, right, to show you how to approach buying equipment. So again, hopefully this video helped you. If it did, please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Get you some merch. All right. even if it's just a bracelet, even if it's a keychain, whatever the case may be, go to www.Str8UpProductions, click on that merch tab, find something you like, get yourself some Str8 Up merch, all right? Much love to you guys, and I will see you next time.